Good morning, what's going on? This your boy KCFL, King Self for Life, Wrestling Takes, here to give you my honest take about last night's AEW Dynamite edition, Blood and Guts 3, live from the TD Garden in Boston. One, the fans were fantastic. Just like Atlanta was hot for Raw, Boston was hot for AEW. I got to give them props. You know what? I say this. They owe the pay-per-view. They got to at least pull back up for another show or something, because them fans was crazy. Them fans out there was acting a complete fool, going nuts for everything that happened on this show. Let me tell y'all something, because I seen a lot of people online crying about the lot of stuff that happened on this show. I'm gonna break down everything that happened, because I'm serious, man. It really does come down to, what do you prefer? Like, what is your preference? That's what it technically does come down to, regardless of if you're into whatever WWE does on a regular basis or whatever AEW tries to do on a regular basis. But I really understand that when I see fans on the IWC and how they be moving and what they say, it really does come down to preference. It truly does. And if certain things that you don't like, it transpires over there in AEW, so be it. And if certain things that certain cats don't like and it transitions over in WWE, so be it. That's just how it is. But let's break down this doggone show. We kick off the show and it looked like Alice Marvez was quote-unquote trying to get a scoop of what's going on between Don Callis and Jericho, and they were somewhere at the dinner place trying to eat and conversate. He pulled up and they both told him to get his behind the hiccup out of there. So he left looking like a geek and ran off. Then we come to the opener of the show. We open up right with the action. We got Hook versus Hollywood Jack Perry. Now, Jungle Boy's original music hit, which was, you know, Tarzan Boy. Tarzan Boy hit, and I'm sitting up here saying to myself, like, bro, Jungle Boy's a heel now. Tarzan Boy is dead. We can't be playing that no more. They played it for like a hot second. You got to the part of the song where they say Jungle Life, I'm far away from no. When they got to that part, that's when the song stopped. And the lights went off and everybody, all the attention went to the screen. We got a video vignette. It showed Mr. Jack Perry, formerly known as Jungle Boy, chilling in the desert somewhere, and he was dragging a body. Now, I wasn't really paying attention to the feet of the body or who he was dragging, but the feet was the feet of the shoes that he used to wear when he was Jungle Boy. He was burying himself. He buried the body alive, and he waited till the limousine pulled up, picked him up, and he stood there. Before he got in the car, he just stood there as if an old chapter in his life is dead and a new chapter is beginning. So we get back to the arena, and out of nowhere, we hear Beethoven. I said, wait a minute. TK done got Beethoven to be this man's theme song. I said, listen, hey, you know what? It is what it is. It is what it is on that one. I'm like, look, I got to get used to it. Hey, he a heel now. He Hollywood Jack. He ain't, I can say, I call him Beethoven Perry. That's what I call him. I call him Beethoven Perry. Because with him coming out to that now, he is no longer Jack Perry. He's no longer Jungle Boy. I'm calling that fool Beethoven Perry. And he come out and that crowd massacred him. They massacred him. I'm telling you. Massacred him. So he got to the ring. Then here come Hook coming out to Action Bronson. I think that's his name. Coming out to Action Bronson. And now, I'm not going to lie. When this matchup was first starting, like, you couldn't really hear the Boston crowd, but as time went on, they got louder. So I personally believe there is some type of issue with TK and them in the setup with the fans' mics and stuff. They're gonna have to get that stuff right, because as we moved on, it got better, and you can hear the fans, especially throughout this matchup. So they got in there, they started knuckling up, and Taz on commentary was the best part of this whole matchup because he was showing his raw emotion. He said, I don't give a you know what about whatever this dude is doing. All I just want to see him is get his A book. That's all I care about. I said, yes, Taz, that is what you want. You want the raw emotion. This is your baby boy who got screwed by this so-called clown who claimed to be his best friend. This fool who was running around here acting like he was hanging out in a dang jungle. Now he wants to be a part of a Hollywood scene somewhere. I loved it. Great. Excellent. Play their part. That's what he's there for. That's what he's supposed to do. This whole time, Jack Perry, a.k.a. Beethoven Perry, was trying everything in his power to take Hook out. But y'all already know, Hook has never lost the FTW championship. So every time Hook get into a match, it don't matter who he's dealing with. He gonna find a way to win. He has never lost before. So I already knew right away. I said, okay, what are they gonna do to make him lose? Because that is what we got to get to. Jack Perry tried everything. He tried to cheat his behind off. He even was holding on to Paul and low blowed that man. He low blowed Hook, and he thought that was gonna be enough. And Hook kicked out, and the fans was like, "You effed up." And then they was telling Hook, "F him up, Hook, F him up." I was like, man, bro. Now this is when you can hear the fans. So I said, I think TK and them was like, okay, we probably hear the call back from the fans. It's not really coming in as loud enough. So let's go ahead and turn these mics up so that we can hear it on both ends and everything. And so cheating. Then he said, all right, screw this. I'm finna go get that FTW championship. Now Paul is looking right at him. He say, fool, you gonna try to cheat right in front of me? Like, what the heck is wrong with you? Your behind gonna try to cheat right in front of me. Like, dude, sit on down somewhere. Go sit down. And it wasn't enough. He tried. He said, okay, now screw this. So what he did, he actually threw that man into him. He threw Hook into Paul. So now Paul is knocked out. So now Hook does a move on Jack Perry. And the crowd is counting to 10. I mean, he won the match, but obviously Paul's not there to count. So what Jack Perry did, smart thing, he held the championship behind him where he was laid out. So all he had to do was when he came up to him, knock him out. Then he did a moveset on him. Paul eventually woke up, got the 1, 2, 3. Hook is officially lost. And Taz was ticked. He was mad. He didn't give no kind of care. He was upset. I said, bro, this is it. Now, when it comes to Jack Perry, or as I call him, Beethoven Perry, it is a work in progress. I like the change. I got to get used to the music. Just listen. He just got to get better at being believable. That's the, like, as we move on this progress with heel Beethoven Perry, we got to get used to this process of him being believable as a believable heel. I watched this matchup, and I'm telling you, it was a decent match. One of the best matches. It was decent. The crowd made the match for what it was. Taz on commentary with Tony Schiavone and Excalibur trying their best to do whatever they could with this, tell the story of what was going on. And I said, you know what? It's a work in progress. Beethoven Perry is a work in progress. I'm here for the ride. I'm here for it. Like I said, there's a lot of people with mixed bags on this band. Like I said, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it, see where it goes. But he finally got some gold of his own, a singles title. He said he was gonna get a singles title, and he did whatever it took to get it. I mean, that's the whole point. The whole point is he's desperate for a championship, and his desperation just said, "Screw all this. I don't give a care. I'm gonna win this match." But watching this match, I'm telling you, Beethoven Perry definitely went to the school of MJF, because I've seen a lot of things that chicken poop heel MJF would do to retain the championship. I see. Yeah, he definitely going to the school of MJF. Now he got to go to the school of being believable when it comes to actually talking on the mic, because that's his next issue. That is his next assignment. His next assignment is being able to talk on the mic. That is number one. That is number one. To come across as a believable heel, you got to be able to talk. You got to be. Can't just be sitting up there talking as a mumbo jumbo and thinking like, oh, we're gonna be cool. No. Promo is the number one goal outside being able to do what you do in the ring. It's coming across as believable. So after the matchup, we got a video package of the two so-called best friends now, buddy, Adam Cole and MJF. They was at some kind of Chinese restaurant. I'm sorry, y'all. I kid you not. I just seen some dude walking sideways. I said, that dude is drunk. He sorry for the distraction. This dude was walking side. I said, yeah, that boy drunk, but that ain't got nothing to do with the video. So do take whatever you want with that. But anyway, MJF was like, bro, what the clown are we doing here? He said, listen, man, look, if we're gonna ride this wave together, if we're gonna be what we plan on being, we got to get over our fears or whatever. And I heard one of your fears is what? He said, what is your number one fear? He said, well, outside of spicy foods, it's poor people. He said, well, whatever that. Guess where we going? He said, you brought me to a doggone Chinese restaurant. He said, yeah, man. He said, let's go. So they clowned. He was talking about chicken in and out. He said, no. He said, let's go. So they got up in there, right? And whatever they was eating, it was definitely like he claimed that it was mild. The moment they started maxing on it, they both was like, oh man, this is some hot stuff. So the waiter had brought some kind of liquid or something, and he thought it was just some water or something like that. And then he asked him, like, yo, he said, this ain't water, right? He said, no, this is straight alcohol. He's like, oh my. So after a while, the two of them is tipsy as heck, tripping, eating, maxing. Then they said, you know, dude, what they said he looked like? He said he looked like they said he looked like somebody. I mean, they was just clowning, acting a complete fool. I said, man, these two clowns are making this stuff work. People be saying that AEW don't be trying to have fun. I'm like, well, that's exactly what they was doing. These two are making this goofy thing work. I didn't think this stuff would work, ladies and gentlemen. I did not think that this pairing would work, and these two are making it work with all the clowning they doing and everything. And just like I said, I get it. They trying to get on one accords and everything. So right before the matchup, I believe the two of them was out there talking. Again, they were talking because I believe we got the matchup right. I forgot the order. I forgot if Brick went first or they went first. I forgot the order, but I know they went simultaneously. But they was out there talking again, and soon as Adam Cole and MJF walked off, you saw Roderick Strong pull up, and you could tell Roderick Strong feels like the odd man out. Because he feels like his homeboy, who he was tight with back in you-know-where in NXT, is now being, if you want to say, quote-unquote, courted by MJF now. And he feel like that brothership is being broken. It's like, dog, what the heck is going on? You know? So, we got the matchup. I think it was, yeah. So, I think the tag team match was next. So, we got DG and Sammy G coming out there. They came out doing a little goofy dance. You know how you do, they little silly dance and all that stuff. They came out there, and as they got into the ring, Jericho music went on. I said, what the heck is Jericho doing out here? Oh yeah, and that's another thing too. So Alex Marvez saw the car that was rolling up because he got word that Don Callis and Jericho was arriving to the building. He pulled up to him and he said, hey, what's going on? He said, so are you a part of the family or not? He said, I got a scoop for you. You're an idiot. He said, yeah, that's right, you're an idiot. And then the two of them just walked off laughing and everything. So more than likely, Jericho is definitely getting involved with Don Callis. We just don't know which type of way it's going to be. Now, throughout the show, that should have told me right there that Jericho wasn't going to be a part of the Blood and Guts matchup. I just automatically assumed because he was connected with Don Callis. But TK and them went a completely different route. And I can't wait to get to the main event. But, so we got to that matchup now. We got MJF coming out first, and MJF come out, and then he started doing the Shawn Michaels point, like when Triple H and DX used to be together, him and Shawn Michaels used to be together. Then MJF music go off again. He's like, wait a minute, that's my music. He was like, what's going on? Adam Cole and them somehow remixed their two musics together, and I'm not gonna lie, it actually sound pretty good together. It sounded pretty good. I said, you know what, I give him props. So as these four clowns was in the ring, Jericho was on commentary because he wanted to see if his boys was gonna get the job done. Before the match started, these fools, I kid y'all not, these circus clowns got in the ring and started having a clown dance off. I said, this stuff is silly as possible. I said, listen, I was on the floor crying, laughing. I know a lot of people found this to be cringe, and I seen a whole lot of WWE shields talking about this was a terrible booking, and the fact that if this was in WWE, cats would take a dump on it. I said, well, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. AEW hardly ever does stuff like this. First of all, the AEW really don't even know, sometimes don't even know how to have fun. They don't. WWE, on the other hand, they clown every single week, and sometimes the stuff they be trying to do don't make no type of sense. This just them just acting the fool. They like, you know what? Hey, we gonna take the gloves off. We're gonna actually try to have some fun with this. We're gonna try to quote unquote get our sports entertainment on, because that's exactly what they were doing. Because people be crying, talking about all they do is wrestle all day. They don't really have fun over there. That's exactly what these clowns is out there doing. I mean, they were clowning, looking goofy as possible. I said, man, these fools look all up. Adam Cole, MJF, Danny Garcia, Sammy Guevara, they all look silly. They all look extremely silly, y'all. I mean, just goofy. I mean, just Cartoon Network, cartoon theater all day. I kid you not. I kid y'all not. Just goofiness to the. I'm like, man. So after we got through with all the clown silliness that they was doing, we finally got to the actual match. And Jericho was really hoping that his boys would get the job done. And we even had MJF out here acting like he was. Now he was acting like he kept going back and forth on the ropes like he was finna do a suicide dive, but he didn't do it the first time. The second time when he did it, the crowd went completely ape. They went nuts. Listen, MJF acting like a baby face is great. I'm telling you, this pairing between him and Adam Cole, and then the two of them get together and talk about some double close. Listen, it's over with the crowd. I mean, listen, anytime when you can get something over with the crowd, you know you're doing great. You know you are doing a fantastic job. So they found a way to get it done. They are headed to Collision in a week to face the AEW Tag Team Champions themselves, FTR. And I know it's going to be a great matchup. So, after the match, I'm not playing with you. Adam Cole picked up the AEW World Heavyweight Championship because MJF had his back turned. He had his back turned, and he seen him. He saw Adam Cole looking at it. And then so Adam Cole looked to give it to him, and then MJF was like, what the heck, man? What's wrong? I said, oh, no. I said, now, you just put them together, right? You want us to get behind this whole act, right? I'm like, don't do that, because the way how MJF was acting, I said, oh, no. I said, now, I was sold that they was going to win the tag team title. Now, I don't know. I have no clue, because the way how they was acting. So then, right after the two of them acted like they was finna get into it, because Adam Cole was like, bro, like, I'm just trying to hand you a championship, bro. What's wrong with you? So, after he had turned around, MJF looked mad as heck, and they had put the camera on, and everybody was booing. So then, that's when FTR came out. And FTR pulled up. They all got in the ring. They got into each other's face, and they said, this on. They said, you remember us. We all used to be a part of the Pinnacle. You know, we know, and I know you. We all know each other. Yes, sir, we sure do. And guess what? We're going to whip each other's behind. That's what we're going to do. So basically, just jibber-jabber, just talking crap, doing what they got to do. You know what I'm saying? Just getting you hyped up for next week on Collision, which more than likely going to be the main event. I thought it was a great segment. Like I said, just hyping it up, getting you hyped up or whatever. So, right after that, we get Britt Baker. Obviously, you know she's the #1 woman in AEW. You already know that. And a lot of fans was complaining, there's no women matches on the show. There's no women matches. I'm like, you know what? Listen, let me tell y'all something, because y'all do know that I got people that I'm connected to when it's concerning AEW. I got an insider that pretty much told me to stay tuned, be patient. I know a lot of people are very frustrated with what's going on with the women. They say in the next several weeks, we finna witness some crazy stuff when it's concerning the women. But Britt Baker went against the hometown hero. Her name was Kayla Sparks. I believe that's what her name was. She went against Kayla Sparks. Squash match, 1, 2, 3, got the match over with. So after that, we got another video package getting us ready for the main event, which was the Blood and Guts match. So this is the 3rd edition of the Blood and Guts matchup. So they did it a completely different way. Normally, they had everybody in cages already out there. They have the first group come out, then they have the second group come out, and they'll put everybody in the cages, and one by one cats will come out the cage, because that's normally how they do a regular Blood and Guts or War Games match or whatever. They started off, Claudio came out first, then Kenny Omega. I said, oh, so they kind of doing like a little spin-off like how the Royal Rumble, where you don't know who's coming out, you know, but we all know it's the BCC versus the Elite. That's what it is, but we don't know which member is going to come out. And you know the matchup does not start until all 10 men or members are in the matchup. So they kicked off Kenny Omega versus Claudio. I said, well, these two are the two best technical wrestlers in this matchup. So I guess go ahead and have these two start off, and that's what they did. Then I'm just going to just sum everything up because I got to get in here and get ready for work. You had all of them just come out there one by one. The craziness really didn't start. I'm going to say it like this. The craziness really didn't start until Moxley got up in there. And I'm telling you, when all of them got up in there, I mean, dude, listen, let me tell y'all something. Moxley gonna make sure he find a way to get busted up, because for the longest time, when nobody believed, Moxley came up there with a freaking fork, trying to fork people in the head. I mean, just crazy. Then they brought a bucket out with broken glass. I mean, each other on. I was like, man, these people are crazy. So you would think with all of this stuff going on, then you got cats. You got one of the, was it Nick or was it Matt? One of the Jacksons on top of the doggone cage, pouring thumbtacks through. I said, man, this stuff is crazy. I mean, they are crazy. And then they said, oh, we're gonna get even crazy. Moxley then pulled out a freaking bed of nails. I said, he went through it. Kenny went through it. Then you had Kota Ibushi flip. I said, this stuff is crazy, crazy. Takeshita, I mean, Hangman, I mean, just Yuta getting beat down. I mean, listen, these fools was trying to destroy each other, right? So you would think the fans like, we want to. I said, these fans are wrestling heads. I don't know what it is with the fascination of a freaking table. Wrestling fans freaking love tables and wrestling. I don't know why, but these clowns love tables. They love it. They said, we want fire, we want tables. I mean, these clowns, listen, crazy. Pure craziness. That's all I can think of. Going back and watching this and just contemplating all this, the matchup was crazy. The matchup was freaking crazy. I mean, it just insane to the membrane. And I would think this. Oh, let me talk about it. So the situation that kept happening, so throughout the whole matchup, Pac and Claudio kept bumping heads. They kept bumping heads, and let me tell y'all something. The BCC imploded in front of everybody. The BCC imploded. Now, when I say the BCC, I'm talking about the two added members. That was Pac and Takeshita. The two of them walked off and left them hanging. So now it was just Claudio, Yuta, and Moxley versus everybody in the Elite and Ibushi. I mean, why? I said, why? And now, here's the deal. Claudio needed somebody to fight him at Death Before Dishonor. He got his matchup. It's going to be Pac. It's going to be him and Pac. They left him hanging, and the Elite just took advantage of it. Because I was sitting up and thinking, okay, maybe, this is what I'm thinking. Okay, maybe this is when Jericho going to come in here and pretty much help the BCC win. No. That's not what happened, ladies and gentlemen. That is not what happened. That ain't what happened. The BCC lost again, and they got matter of fact, the way how they lost, they got handcuffed. They freaking got handcuffed. I mean, then you had Nick with the dumb thumbtack shoe, kicked Yuta in the face. I mean, just sick. Some of the sickest, just sick as heck. These people are crazy as heck. And they lost. The Elite won, and I'm assuming that this is the end of the BCC and the Elite rivalry. It's over. It's finished. But the way how Moxley and them was looking, they all looked like they looked distraught. And that's what happened when you trust outsiders. Takeshita and Pac truly weren't a part of the BCC. And guess who was out who couldn't be a part of it? Bryan Danielson. Who, by the way, just had the surgery. He said he got 9 screws in his arm, and he said he's on the road to recovery, so we're praying for him. When he come back, I'm praying for that boy. I'm praying for him when he come in here, he do what he got to do. But, and after the show went off, everybody embraced each other, they hugged each other, and it showed mutual respect. So that's the end, ladies and gentlemen. That is the end. So from this point on, ladies and gentlemen, everything moving for. Oh, now we found out what the oh, I forgot to talk about it. Backstage garbage promo. The worst part of the whole show. TK couldn't help himself. We couldn't go 1 week without seeing this circus clown on the show. Y'all know who I'm talking about. We got Chris Statliner, we got the Best Friends, and we got OC and we got Darby Allin and Nick Wayne all doing a backstage promo. Chris has said that she gonna wrestle Marina Shafir on Rampage, and then the Royal Rampage matchup, Battle Royal, whatever it's called, is to determine whoever wins gets Luchasaurus at All Out. So I like that. I like the idea that whoever wins gets a shot at Lucha, and they already building towards All Out. Now, that's the only part of this segment I like. Didn't care nothing about OC situation. Darby had told OC, listen, because Darby was standing right there. He said, look, man, obviously, I want to get that TNT title, but that circus clown Swerve is in this match. I can't wait to beat the brakes off of him. But, man, let me tell you something. I don't like to do this because it's like handouts or whatever, but I owe this guy a favor. When I was homeless, he took me in. AR Fox wants a shot at your AEW International Championship. And I was like, dog, I'm like, any way to get OC on the show. Any way. We can't go 1 week without this clown. We can't. We can't go 1 week without OC being on the show. I'm like, this is one of the major reasons why fools don't like him no more. Because he's overexposed. This clown is overexposed, man. I'm serious. I don't need to see OC every freaking week. Every week this clown is popping up. So he said, you know what, screw it. He said, whatever, you know. He said, anyway, look, everybody in here is going to do work at the Rampage Battle Royal. I'll give AR Fox the title shot. So, hey, all in. And Darby walked off, and that was basically that segment. That was that. So, to me, like I say, I like the fact that they talked about this Rampage Battle Royal crap is going to determine who's going to face Lucha. Now we know it's a babyface automatically. Lucha is a heel, so we know we know a babyface is winning. So you might as well have to scratch out all the heels that's in this. Babyface is definitely winning. So more than likely it might be Darby Allin. I'm just gonna probably just say Darby's probably gonna win this. But after when OC said put your hands in, Darby just walked off. Nick Wayne was standing there looking puzzled, like, I don't know what the heck is going on. I'm just here because, Darby's my mentor, but, that was that. But, ladies and gentlemen, I ain't really got nothing else to say. I thought this was a fun episode of Dynamite. I say, listen, ladies and gentlemen, like I say, for the fans, for the people who want to take a dump, because I already know, I know certain people going to hop on here, they going to take a dump. I know the script. I know how y'all move. I watch y'all daily. I know exactly how y'all move. I see what y'all say. Y'all do this on a regular basis. Like I say, it's funny because y'all talk about us when we take a dump on what WWE's over there doing, but WWE, they be doing retarded stuff that don't make no type of sense. AEW does retarded stuff too, like finding ways to make sure OC pull up on the show. But I'm talking about when they go out their way to have fun. Can't say, oh, you having a little bit too much fun. I say, well, I thought y'all wanted AEW to be like WWE. Now they try to be like WWE. Oh, and I forgot about MJF copied off of Cody. Cody had did the SpongeBob walk after he was trying to figure out where the heck Brock Lesnar was. MJF did the same exact thing. I said, man, look, he know that's his mentor. That's his mentor all day. He know it. He know it, man. Just clowning. That's but they just having fun, ladies and gentlemen. They just freaking having fun, doing what they supposed to do. And Cancer taking a dump on it. They saying, oh, this is terrible, this is going. I'm like, man, look, they trying to make the show worth watching. Fools be always complaining, like, I'm like, that's what they're trying to do. But like I say, when it's concerning the other company, they be over here doing dumb stuff that don't make no sense, like that idiotic crap that happened on NXT. I'm trying to tell you, just stupid stuff. I'm like, what the heck, why the heck do I want to sit up here and watch something that don't make no type of sense? Why the heck am I going to sit up here and watch some crap that I know is going to be like, I'm good. I'm like, no. But see, when it comes to them, I can say, you know what? I can appreciate them trying to clown and trying to have fun and trying to do some things, trying to do something a little different. You know what I'm saying? Do something different. Because we ain't never seen no foolishness like that. That was straight foolishness. That clown dance off, yes, it was cheesy. Yeah, it was cringe. But it's goofy. It's goofy as possible. It's goofiness. AEW trying to be goofy. They're trying to get the little, because y'all already know Collision is the more serious show. If y'all notice it, Collision is the more serious show, while Dynamite is the you know, we test the waters. We try to get a little bit more sports entertainment on here. But like I say, overall, I thought the presentation and the crowd, Boston, was fantastic. The TD Garden was great. They owe the pay-per-view. They need to come back out that way. I ain't really got nothing else to say, ladies and gentlemen. I got to get up here and get ready for work. But like I say, this is what I do. I come on here. I tell y'all the bold-faced truth about what's going on in both companies. Or regardless of what I watch, I come on here and try to let y'all know what's the real of the real. You feel me? I don't sit up here and sugarcoat nothing. I tell you the bold-faced truth of what's going on. And I know certain matchups because, yeah, Blood and Guts style, the type of matchup is violent and all that stuff. I get it. But they did what they was able to get away with. I feel like even with what they did, I feel like it was still toned down a little bit. They still was able to get away with what they was able to get away with. You feel me? But I ain't got nothing else to say, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all should know exactly what to do. When you come to KCVL Wrestling Taste, you know exactly what to do. Number one thing, make sure you hit that like button. Smash it like it ain't nobody's business. Get in the comment section. Tell me how you felt about the show, even if you thought the show was terrible. Hit the freaking comment section up. I'm here to go see what y'all got to say. And if you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe. And I will see y'all cats later. Holla at your boy.